Hey everyone, New Mix Plays here, and today I'm going to go over a Yasuo Swain deck I've been working on. I actually got Master EU last season with Yasuo Katarina. I hit rank 1, I wanted to play Yasuo for fun on EU. I got Master, and I thought Katarina was better. But this season I think the Leviathan's a really good closer, especially against Ezreal decks, which is I think this deck's hardest matchup, so I definitely want to give you guys this version with Swain, because I believe Swain is very key to a lot of late games for Yasuo. Before I go over the cards real quick synergy. When I first made Yasuo Swain, the idea came up. People were like, hey, why don't you try Yasuo Swain? We know like Yasuo Katarina. I was like, well, I don't really see like how Swain would fit in that well. Because Katarina has very, very clear synergy with the deck, with the recalling and being able to make Faye stronger and all kinds of stuff like that. And I tried a mixture of like damaging with Swain to level up Swain and then stunning with Yasuo. People were like, oh, Yasuo's effect stuns and does 2 damage, which levels up Swain. And I was like, well, I know there are better ways to level up Swain. I'll try it. And it wasn't that great. But then I learned that the real synergy to me between these two cards is that Yasuo's stunning and all the control you get from the early game from Yasuo lets you get to the late game to get to Leviathan. And then you can win through Leviathan and Swain late game. And by the late game, when you get Leviathan, Swain will be leveled up. So that's good. Swain also does stun in his leveled up form, so it's basically just a lot stronger of a late game. Katarina is very strong too because she can rally, but against P and Z, she can just get destroyed by spells all the time. Still very good, but I've been working with the Swain build lately, and without further ado, let's go on the deck. 3 Ravenous Flock. This card is perfect for this deck. It deal 40 unit if it's damaged or stunned, so things are stunned all the time. It's a big clear, just to clear 4 damage. It's pretty much anything with decent health mid-game can be cleared by this, and it procs Swain 4 damage for just, it all costs 1. It's insanely good card for 1, so you want to max out and see as much as possible. One of your main forms of removal. 2 is Faye Blade Twirler. So this deck doesn't have too many 2-drops and doesn't have any 1-drops, so you have to be very careful with the early game. But one of the 2 options you drop down is Faye Blade Twirler. Usually you don't block with this, you just take damage directly and try and get it back later as your refuge. We'll get into that. But when you stun and recall a unit, grant me +2/+0. This is kind of like a makeshift Yasuo. It's obviously not the same as Yasuo, but it gives you value at your stuns, puts on a lot of pressure, and 3 defense is decent, so they have to deal with it. And a lot of times late game, if you have this intimidating roar, or you can stun their back rows and get openings, Faye and Swain attacking directly can do huge damage. So that's why she's here. She's one of the cards you pretty much always want to see. The other one is House Spider. House Spider is really good because, again, you don't really have the early game, so this gives you the blockers. It's just 2 blockers for 1 card. The 2 attack's important compared to like Navari Highwayman because you can trade into 3/2s and 2/2s instead of having Navari Highwayman is a bunch of 1/2s. So the House Spider is really good just to get extra blockers. And in mid game, a lot of times, since you don't play that many creatures in general, they're like wider than you. Like they have like 3 creatures in the field and you have like 1. If you play House Spider, then it lets you even out and get a bunch of blockers. And if you block even with just the regular spider, it does make their units damage for Ravenous Flock. So you can destroy their units and get some really good trades off just House Spiders for blocking. So it saves you the health and then it can do the trades. Next cards, I recommend Sentry, place on enemy. Pretty straightforward. You can do this to level up Blade Twirler or give him +2. Procs Yasuo, it's just going to control the game. Pretty straightforward card. 3 Shadow Assassin, again, pretty straightforward card. It's just a 3-drop that draws you card. You want to be able to do things like that. Like you want to be able to amass card advantage, and if you start drawing into the extra palms and having extra cards, you can try and stun the game, and you really want to get down to a point where you can control the board. So this gives you a unit that gives you an extra card, which is pretty generically good. 3 Custom Palm, probably one of the better, if not best cards in the deck. Stun enemy, summon Terrors of the Dragon, so you just a stun. It's a fast stun, so you can do it when they attack, and it also gives you a blocker. So this card is pretty straightforward again too. 2 Deny. Deny isn't a card I ran in previous versions because I think Spirit Refuge does a lot of the roles it does similar last format, but this format, Deny is extremely important because of all the slow spells that are in the game and the heavy costing spells. Deny, this format in the Brahmanivia, it stops Ruination. If they run the Harrowing, you can even do it on simple things like Grasp or use it on Vengeance for good value. And then there's the Harrowing aggro deck, so it's good against the Harrowing. You can use it on Ezreal decks that use spells as well. You get a lot of kill spells. It might get undervalued in terms of mana cost, but you can also use it on things like Static Shock or Will of Ionia, which is really good against Yasuo. So it's just really good this format. Pretty good card. Next goes Spirit Refuge. This card's pretty interesting. So the reason I run 3 is I feel like it's pretty key to the deck strategy. You need to see it. A lot of times you run 2, you'll lose to aggro. You're just losing general because you take a lot of early damage at the beginning. You have no 1-drops. When you play this, a lot of times you don't want to block with it if they have like a 3-2 or anything that can kill it. So you're taking a lot of early game damage, and you kind of want to stabilize with the spiders, and then at some point you can heal back with Refuge. You can get really big Refuge swings with your bigger units like Reckoner and Faye when she's bigger, but also some cool things about this card. I guess I'll say a few things. One is that this card acts as a deny in a lot of ways, where it protects Yasuo. Let's say they use like a kill spell or like Grasp or something. Not only does this Grasp the Undying, not only does this protect him, but it also makes it so they don't heal off the drain off Grass. It's a barrier, so they don't lifesteal anything. Just in general, it works a lot of times to stop the kill spells. 2, it gives you the lifesteal that you need to get back in the game. And 3, it lets you win combat trades, which Giant can't do. So it's pretty multi-purpose. And something also cool is that when you have Yasuo's ability, when you stun or recall an enemy, I deal 2 to it, that actually his effect actually triggers the lifesteal, because he deals the damage to it, which is pretty cool. And he's leveled up, he strikes it, so he deals 5, and he also gets to attack and heal at the same turn if you do like a stun and you get the heal. You can also do things like Spirit Refuge, Intimidating Roar with Yasuo, and you kill their whole field and get back to 20 usually, so that's really good. And if you it's same with Swain. If you have the Spirit Refuge on Swain and you get the Nexus Strike in, or yeah, so or this. Actually, I'm gonna pull this off, but usually on this, then yeah, you get the heal also here. So you'd heal 3 from the attack and 3 from the damage. So this card's very good, and I think it's pretty key to the deck. Again, if you don't see it, a lot of times you will be far behind on life, but it's very versatile. 3 Revolve Ionia, pretty straightforward, amazing card. Also recall for Yasuo, which is good. 3 Yasuo deck. I think the playing portion in the games will show off how to play him pretty well. But in general, you want to be kind of safe with him, even though he's a 4-4 quick attack. You have to like know their deck and know like on 4, okay, can I attack? Or if I attack, will they transfusion or like Fear the North or something and then kill him? And you really don't want to lose this card. He's a very control card, but you can poke with him when you know they can't do anything about it. 3 Intimidating Roar. I play 3 this. I think it's one of the best cards in the whole deck. Stun all enemies with 4 less power. This is usually like how you win against a lot of decks. You use this with Yasuo and then he kills their whole field and levels up. It's pretty big. It's even just really good against certain things like the Harrowing. Against aggro, this will stun most of their units, and that's really good. You can just use this to open up their field. They have a full field like Braum and Anivia. They have like Anivia, Braum, and all kinds of stuff. Like Mighty Poro, Hapless, and then you just play Roar and try and go for game. You can stun things, then try and get overtaxed with Swain. I feel like a lot of the power in this deck comes from this card. If you don't see this card, a lot of times your deck is just very... not average, but it's just doing like little 1-for-1 trades that might not be as good as what they're actually doing, but this is like a huge bomb that you would like. So I want to use as often as possible, and a lot of times I do use 3 in a game, depending on the game. 3 Swain. I'm pretty new to using Swain. I haven't used him in too many decks, but I like him in this deck. So again, you use the Leviathan, and then the Leviathan deals 1 Nexus 3 times, and then that will make it, when you do not come to the enemy Nexus, stun the strongest backer enemy, so it would be 3 stuns. The stuns sure Yasuo. It's pretty easy to get his level up with Flock. Yasuo does help a little bit too, but usually you want it to be searched off Leviathan. But another cool thing is that Flock's one of the best cards in the deck too. It's really good. It's just 1 mana 4 damage, and his champ spell becomes this. So you have him in the field, then you search 1 Leviathan, you get a free Admis Flock, which is really good. 2 Minotaur Reckoner. Round start, stun the weakest enemy. Pretty straightforward. 6/6 for 6, which is very good. So he's beefy stats, and I only have space for 2 right now, but 2 is pretty good. You just want to see like 1 a game. If you have 2, that's really good because you can like, if you have 2, it's pretty hard for him to get out of it, like locks them down, but he does come at the cost of being expensive and takes up a lot of, usually he takes up a lot of your mana. So he's very good though, Because it's round start, you just get kills with Yasuo, and their stuff starts depleting. And 3 Leviathan, this is your main end game card. You play it, draw Swain, round start, deal 1 to the enemy Nexus 3 times. So it's 5/8 Overwhelm, so you can chip some attack in, it's hard to kill. But you draw the Swain and you play level up Swain, and as we know, when Swain levels up, he stuns enemies. So you stun 3 backer enemies with Leviathan, and then you just win. Because they're all stunned, you just attack them per game. You can also just sit them on the field, and if they can't clear him for a few turns, then he'll finish them off by just chipping away at their damage, 3 damage per turn. Cards I don't play because I usually go through this. Katarina's a different build. I can go over Katarina build later, but I used to play Katarina. Cards I don't play. Some people play this. I don't really see the point of it in this deck. It doesn't really do anything in this deck. Like the only thing it really could do is maybe proc Swain, but people even played it in the Katarina version. I just don't really think it's that good because it doesn't trade that well against anything. A lot of 3/2s will just block and it'll just be like the same as House Spider, except for like you lose a blocker. You rarely or ever gets effect off against like really weak things. Maybe you don't have any ways to proc it. It's basically just a 2/3 for the most part in this deck that can occasionally do 2 damage, which could be cool to help out Swain, but it's not gonna make that much of a difference. And House Spider is just a lot better in most ways. Like maybe you could run both, but again, it's just mostly get 2/3 to me. I feel like it doesn't really get that much value in this deck, even though it's a very good card to late X, which might make people be like inclined to think, oh, this card's so good, I should put it in my deck. But in this actual deck, I don't think it does very much, personally. This is kind of like another House Spider, where you can use these for blockers. It's a 1/2. It summons Navari Brigand with my stats. You can do that. Get the House Spider. This is a build I've tried where you can use 3 of the House Spider and the Highwayman. You play Fervor for like control, and it levels up Swain. So this deal 3 to any ally and deal 3 to anything. It does 6 for Swain. It's half its level up, but overall wasn't very good. But let's go in the games. I think this deck's okay. I like it. Oh, missing cards also Yone. In the Swain build, in the regular Yasuo build, you have space for things like Yone and like Mina Swiftfoot as a closer, but when you have the Swain pack, it takes a lot of space, and I wouldn't really cut any of these cards. They're all pretty important. Especially a lot of the spells you don't want to go down on, because a lot of times you need as many spells as possible. You only need like 1 or 2 units in the field. But a lot of times you have too many units, then you don't have the spells to work with them, then you're kind of just like playing units that don't really do anything, because they're just like, everyone else's units are like actually do things without like spells. But let's get in the game. So I actually started off 6-0 in my account. That's in Masters. I think I hit rank 3 or 2 again. I'm bumping down different decks, just trying stuff out. With this in Masters NA, I started off 6-0, but then we started playing Solid Evsdrill, which is a harder matchup. It's still winnable through Leviathan, and we started winning and losing. But this is my Smurf. I'm placing my Smurf just to showcase how the deck works, really. So let's just play here. Go to ranked. We got in Plat 3. I played this count when I was doing the Ashley Dwani deck. Let's see how it goes here with Yasuo Swain. The Mulligan is really unique in this deck, so I think that might be something that's important to notice. Usually you want to mull for Yasuo and Faye, and depending on the matchup, you either keep this or don't keep this. Here we obviously don't keep Reckoner; it's too expensive. I don't keep Flock usually because it can work well with House Spider, but it's usually like a brick. Like this isn't, or it doesn't really do anything by itself. Like you want to open your Yasuo Swain. Like sure, you can play House Spider and Flock, but that's not like a winning strategy. It's just like a 2-card thing. It doesn't really do much. You need to actually get your engine going with Yasuo or Faye. And if you don't see those cards, you're probably not going to win with just this. And Will's a really good card too, but it's the same thing. You don't like you can keep these, but then you'll do nothing for like so long. You'll lose. Like these are cards you want to draw into after you have your engine. So I think a lot of people keep spells too much that don't actually work out. This is even not great in this matchup, but we do need some form of blocker. Okay, so we drew Yasuo, we drew Reckoner, dude. Nah, so yeah, definitely want to. This is like Mulligan's a big chance to try and get Yasuo. You don't really have like you need to see Yasuo. You need to see Yasuo. Here I'll pass because I don't really want to. If he doesn't play anything, I don't really want to play anything. I'm cool with just passing.
Oh, I can't wait.
Okay. Here I think we still should just bank spell mana for later. We don't have anything for next turn, and we're not taking too much damage. We do both our denies. I don't know if they'll be good in this matchup. So it's just 2 damage. Doesn't really matter. We'll play House Spider to fix our mana. We're gonna lose that 1 mana, but that's okay in this deck. Not like you'd want to do that, but he does too. But a lot of times you have to make awkward decisions like that. Okay, so we do multiple Yasuos. Let's play Yasuo now. Let's see what he does before we decide if we want to attack or not. He could play Braum, then we have to pass. Something that's kind of inconvenient about the new Braum, so they changed him. The first time I survived damage, yeah. Okay, that was Braum for a second. The first time I survived damage, summon a Mighty Poro. I haven't had it happen yet, but if I will it, then he gets a Poro before he leaves. Then you summon him again, and he gets a Poro again later, so it's not good. This could be Culling Strike.
If they don't break, they'll learn.
That's alright. I don't mind the damage. You can always shield all back. This card's so good in this deck. It gives you so much utility. So here is where you want to get like Intimidating Roar, and you just Intimidating Roar them and you win. This is like very common. It's just play Yasuo past and then try and do that. So yeah, if I will, I actually want to see the Oracle out here because I haven't been here yet. Yeah, you get a Mighty Poro. That's a huge buff to him in this matchup. So he's probably just gonna take something here like this. I think we might as well just play Swain. Kind of trying to load our field, get that Minotaur, not like pressing anything. I think that Culling Strike's gonna be amazing here, but he would have played Culling Strike last turn when this is frozen, so it's okay. So he can Fury the North. He probably has Fury the North. But we can chain Yasuo Steel Tempest. He does. So let's actually block a bit more aggressively. He can only Fury one of them. So he's going to have to lose out on one of these cards, which is very good for us. Let's see. We want to bait him. We don't want this one to be the one that Furies, so we'll trade here because he doesn't want to kill the House, but he doesn't care about that. He probably wants to kill Yasuo or this. Which one would we like to keep alive? I'm cool with him having this one. We could trade here. Oh, it didn't have anything. I could switch these here, but I don't actually want this at 1 health. I'd much rather have it at 2 health. This matchup actually doesn't matter that much. But Braum can kill it. It's not like he has like Battle Feast, but Braum can kill it. Okay. This is what it is. It's alright. See, Fox good card, he knows. Yes. Oh, double flo. Oh. Ooh, that was pretty brutal. We have a lot more cards in him, but again, Braum's like insanely good, so it's tough. We have another Yasuo, luckily. I think here we just try and stick Reckoner. Swain's already leveled up, that's so insane. Okay. That search Leviathan most likely. He didn't have Fury of the North last time, so I think I'm gonna play into it. Okay. So we get our first proc on Yasuo. Interesting. So he probably Leviathan and not much else he can do. So here let's play Yasuo. So use only purpose to fall. Asking the big questions. And I don't want to miss out on mana, and I don't think you can kill any of our cards. So we might as well just do this and get ready for like set up an open attack or see what we draw. Okay, it's not really a big deal. If you pass series, you lose a lot of mana. Okay. So we're damaging this every turn, which is rough. We really need Ravenous Flock before this levels up. But we're getting closer and closer to leveling up Yasuo. So here we should probably attack with this. We're both probably going to play this boat this turn, honestly. And I feel like it makes the most sense to just chip in 4 damage while we can. If we play the boat, he can block like a lot of our stuff. Let's just do this here. If he has like a Fury or something, then he'd go into boat mana and we could play Refuge. Ends round. What does that mean? What 5-drop did he get off Babbling Berserk? Okay, I was gonna say, like, is there a reason? I still don't know why he ended the round there. This is inconvenient. We really don't want this to level up, but at least everything blocks. There's so much going on right now. Oh, we drew Ravenous Flock. Okay, very good. Very good. We'll just Will of Ionia this right here, and then this should level up our guy. But he can't replay this turn because it costs 5 and he only has 4. We need to level this up. So this will actually kill Braum. We don't need to use Ravenous Flock. It'll kill Braum on round start, which is very good for us. We'll probably just take this opportunity to play Swain. We could block that and then kill it with Flock if that's what he wants to do. Okay, let's play Swain. That's so good. That's so good, but that's really good. But it's not in the world. We've already used 2 Swain, right? Actually, safe with him. So now we get to attack. So we get to be the aggressor on this open attack here, and we can heal a lot of our stuff back. So issues. I guess we have to refuge this turn anyway. So we should probably just assume that's what we're doing. And maybe like attack with everything. And see what he does. We can like double refuge. This can't die, so we probably want to get him as low as possible and try and kill him via this. He can only block one favorably, and then we just use refuge. And he can block this, but we can also refuge there. I'm not sure if I should attack for this one, but I feel like we're going to lose the game keeps going on, so we need to pressure him a bit more. Cleared 2 of our Swains that has a leveled Swain himself. Let's see what this is. He's going to calling strike this, and I deny it, and he doesn't block, and we win. That'd be nice. Oh. Very well then. So, exactly what I just said. He can't deny it back. He can play like Fervor, Death Hands or something? Okay. What's it on this? And we had no denying the mana for it. Alright. Well, that was pretty risky from him. Probably wasn't thinking about deny enough. Maybe he was thinking about deny. I was like, oh, wow, Death Hands, that happens. But we had multiple denies and multiple refuges. Ooh, that's a reward too. Okay. Random Epic. Mid-video. Pretty cool card. Actually, it could be good in, has really good stats. I think it's a 6/6 and it could be good in Yasuo. But let's play our next game. So that worked out really well. I was only really faded with Leviathan blocking, and he did block with it. Alright, so this is Ezreal's. In general, all Ezreal decks are this deck's worst matchup. Like, Ezreal is so good against Yasuo, in my opinion. But you can try and close out with Leviathan. This hand's really good if we were against a normal deck. I don't know if I want to get rid of these cards. We'll probably draw Yasuo at some point. But it'll be okay until then. He can Calling Strike in this matchup against Swain. This is going to be a tough one. Let's see if we can pull it out. This is really good to get free card advantage. Something you want against these control decks because like they're just going to keep stopping your pressure. Like the stunning is not going to do as much in this matchup. Even though it's a stun deck, but you still got to play the matchup best you can. When he does play his few amount of units, we have stuns. If we do Yasuo, it's always good. I need to be aware with this. I don't want him to get too much value with Calling Strike. Okay. We still have Yasuo. So he wasted a Thermogenic Beam on Faye, which is good because it's. I hope it means that he doesn't have one for Yasuo. Oh, he like already used it up. So here we actually can get value. Let's just Sentry and then flock it. You don't want him to attack without getting the axes and take 3, get a stun. Like you can be more passive and play Yasuo and try and stun that and then flock, but like it's the same. It's the one damage doesn't make a difference. The Yasuo damage that doesn't really make a difference here. You just want to stop his attack and stuff. Well, yeah, so it's a few more creatures. 3 Swain. What the heck? Okay, so this is not very good against this deck, but if we can play more than he can answer, that could be good. If he doesn't have enough Calling Strikes, that could be good. It's probably gonna flock that right here. Okay, let's try and trade. Get rid of things that can block Swain. See if he hears them. Is Ravenous right now, or okay, interesting. All right, so he wants to do this to get the. Even though this is gonna die anyway, he wants to get the two procs for Ezreal. So I got 5 out of 8. That was pretty fast actually. I don't know. I feel that's guys. We'll keep it going. I'm not sure. Okay, so he's just trying to level up Ezreal as fast as possible. I'm sure he has it. Try and draw some spells. Okay, it's a good one. But he can also respond by killing this when we use it. Okay. What's Ezreal at? It's 7 now? Okay. He might play Ezreal right here. We'll see. Wouldn't really do much though. Okay. So I think we have to play the Calling Strike here. We don't have much going for us. We also want to flock so we can get a Swain back in the deck. That's Calling Strike. Okay. Well, get him out of the way, I guess. So that was his Ezreal's leveled up. Okay, so he doesn't have Ezreal, I'm sure he does. Maybe he's not playing it, taking the spell mana, but still has it. That's a good draw. Definitely want to block that. We want to take as little damage as possible right now to make it harder for him to kill us with Ezreal. We want to fit our mana the best we can. I guess we can always just concussive palm this, but I'd rather roar and hope you play something else. Or progress save. It's very good. It's very good here. It's what you needed. Let's fix our mana here. Kill a Chump Wump. Get some more level ups for Swain and Yasuo while we can. We're not gonna have many entities to kill or use these things because he's not many units, but it's Ezreal that nice. It's Ezreal that we want to save stuff for. If we can level him up, we can kill Yasuo. Yasuo can kill Ezreal when he in one swing with the level up, but I don't know if we're gonna get there or not. I think we just put the Reckoner this turn. When he plays Ezreal, we maybe have to will it. I'm not even really sure. Excuse you. Okay. First question is, does he have Ezreal? I'm gonna assume he does. Progress stayed. He only has 5 real cards though. He has Axe, Mushrooms, right? 1, 2. So he has 5 real cards, and then he's 10. Okay. So there's a few things that can go down here. Spear Refuge is really good here again because the passive. We could try and like heal that way. We don't have that right now. I'm just seeing how much damage can we take in the very moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take 10. It's half our life, but it's actually not the end of the world. And this is on round start. So since he played Ezreal now, if he can't remove, you get Thermodynamic Beam. Okay. Pretty good. Pretty good. I think we want to pass because we just want to use Concussive Palm on him. I maybe could use Will and make him waste his mana. I don't really know. Oh, I should block that anyway, but it doesn't have negation cards in his deck. I think we want to keep this to be like on the end of a stack. So this is 10 damage already in hand. Well, now we have the option to try and kill Ezreal. I think we have to play Swain. We get the Ravenous Flock here. We can also do this, which would level up this and Yasuo. And then try and just open attack for game. Let's see how much damage. I don't actually know if he can kill us. It depends on what these spells are. But if he chooses Mystic Shot, we can at least like chain to certain things. So he will get his effect with Mystic Shot. Like this. We don't really need the Yasuo level up. We just need the Swain level up. We can only do one of these anyway. So we don't only the mana for one. So we might as well do both so we get the extra attacker here. This has to discard real cards, so he might not even be able to kill us. But he also easily could. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have this 6, 7, 8, 9, 6, 9, 10, 12. That's gonna level up. So 13. And then plus its effect. So we have more than game. Will's definitely not the move. It's probably Ravenous Flock, right? Yeah, let's shoot Ravenous Flock. This might just be game. If he has like Get Excited. And then the Axe, yeah. This might Get Excited in the Axe. I wish I had one more mana. Maybe I shouldn't have played Swain. I was trying to get open attack to go for game. That's not game, is it? It's not, okay. The only downside here is that if he has to get excited, then he might just be holding it so that it's game right here when he draws. We drew denies for the best. I was about to say we just really need to draw deny here, so we should win here. Wow, what a game. Is that really get excited? Oh, he doesn't even have it. Okay. Ooh, tough one. Ooh. All right. GG's. I hope everyone enjoyed the deck. If you have any questions, comments down below about a card that I didn't play, why I did something. More about mulliganing, because mulliganing is awkward in this deck, but mostly just mulligan for Faye and Yasuo. For certain matchups, you'll have to keep or not keep House. Like, it also has to go for ones you can sometimes get rid of House Spider in favor of drawing your actual like Yasuo and Faye. But certain times with aggro, you're gonna need the Spider. I haven't been keeping Refuge versus the new aggro deck, but usually versus the burn decks I was, so it's interesting. Deny is also interesting. A lot of matches through Brahma Nivea and then against the Harrowing. But you just want to mulligan for Faye and Yasuo. But let me know. Follow me on Twitch. Feel free to subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Peace.